Hello, welcome to PvP. Today we are doing a special shit-justing and trailer breakdown all in one. It's for the one and only Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice, the Comic-Con trailer.
Yes!
It's a good trailer, Callum.
Fucking amazing trailer.
It's a good trailer, as trailers go. However, always remember the PvP guarantee. We never trust trailers.
No.
We don't trust trailers. They're not indicative of the final version, and any opinions or thoughts or speculation that we may have on this could be complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Not that we're trying to, it's not a test.
But it could be.
But it could be, yeah.
We don't know. We don't know anything.
Exactly.
What we're going to do, though, is jump in and begin.
Okay.
Because I really want to watch it, Dan.
Let's do it,
I
okay.
really want to.
Jump in.
So, as you can see, we have the Warner Brothers logo. Shocking, I know.
DC, yeah.
We have
She was a state senator by the looks of it. Yeah, and this is Superman arriving to what we would assume would be the trial of the destruction and damage that was caused to Metropolis, and the people of Metropolis and probably the world are holding Superman accountable.
Menace.
Yeah.
If we go into here, which I've paused very shittily, this is our first look at Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
There we go. That's a better shot.
Yeah.
Nothing much. It's just Bruce Wayne.
Well, it's just him running through the devastation. There's obviously the cars are on fire. There's a lot of smoke, debris in the background.
Jumping ahead to 28.
Now this is interesting. This is the fight where Zod throws Superman through a building, and Zod uses his heat vision for the first time. So we see Bruce on the phone to an unknown person, but judging by his reaction, once this building starts to come down, we can only assume that he's on the phone to someone either underneath or inside that building.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah, so when you can see from his reaction, if you play from there, he's pretty devastated because he knows the whole thing's coming down, and then he's running straight at all this smoke, all this debris that's coming down here from the building that's falling down to get to whoever was in there. Now, this girl here, do you think she is of any importance at all?
Not really. The only thing I can think of is it might be Cary Grant.
Okay.
Which is obviously Robin in the Dark Knight Returns comic. But she seems very young.
Cary Grant?
I'm sure it's Cary Grant.
Wasn't it Carrie Kelly?
Carrie Kelly. Where have I got Grant from?
That's Grant.
Flash. And it's not Carrie. It's Barry. The only thing I can think of is that, but it also could just be a young girl who was trapped and he saved her.
Yeah, or her parents have been killed,
likely,
or she's separated or something. So it's just him, and you can see by his reaction here, he's super pissed that all this is getting blown apart. Obviously, people are getting killed left, right, and centre, and it's fallen to him to look after this little girl. And
then right here, we can see Wayne Financial.
Yeah, it's either Wayne Finances or Wayne Financial, which I assume would be an offshoot from Wayne Enterprises.
Yeah,
so this would be
Metropolis.
Yeah, so this would be a Metropolis-based sort of headquarters for the finance sector of Wayne Enterprises.
Yeah.
So luckily, it's obviously not Wayne Tower, because Wayne Tower is in Gotham. So this is just a headquarters for another division of Wayne Enterprises, I would assume, anyway.
It seems to be more likely because obviously this is in Metropolis because this is the Superman Zod battle.
Yeah.
So if we keep going, Zack Snyder. All right. Now here, we don't know who this man is. We don't know where this is, whether it's a flashback or what.
Yeah.
This is an old building.
Yeah.
It's burnt. There's bricks missing, like mortar missing.
The roof.
Everything. Roof's gone. He's dressed in green and he's old, and we can only see one arm.
Yeah, his right arm.
His right arm is intact. His left arm is either just in his pocket or it's just his sleeve, meaning he's only got one arm. Meaning it could be Oliver Queen, as in the Dark Knight Returns comic. Oliver Queen's an old man with one arm. This guy's got grey hair. It could be Thomas Wayne. This could be a flashback.
Yeah, I think that the building, due to its area, sort of in this big field, I think it's more probable that it could be Wayne Manor, and it's been burnt down or blown up in some kind of whatever. Whether it's Superman related and Zod related, I don't know. But I think, if anything, it could be a flashback to Wayne Manor being destroyed, and this is Thomas Wayne returning.
Yeah.
But we do see Thomas Wayne later on. So it's kind of hard to judge from the build and everything. Or it could just be a random building, and it could just be a random police officer or whoever. Could be Gordon, could be anybody.
Could be anything.
Yeah.
So we'll keep going a little bit further. Here we see the Batcave for the first time.
Yeah.
New and improved.
Now we do know. Well, it's very highly possible that this is the Batcave. It's assumed that simply for the fact that obviously there's a lot of water there.
Yeah.
There's rocks in the background as well as in the foreground in the bottom right, and of course the bat suit is on the right hand side.
Yeah.
So it doesn't seem like a huge amount of security.
Not for what we can see, at least.
But you'd assume there is getting into it in the first place. Yeah. But this unidentified silhouette of a man, as this is most probably the Batcave, we'd assume it's either Bruce Wayne or Alfred. Judging by the sort of the speed of the walk and the build, I'd say it's probably Bruce.
It's probably Bruce Wayne.
Probably Bruce.
Especially if this is after what's happened and he's rushing back.
Yeah, to gather
to get some supplies.
Absolutely,
and whatnot. So we'll keep going a little bit more. We see a letter.
Yeah.
Wayne Towers devastated. Dozens killed.
Now, as to whether that means specifically in Wayne Tower, but you'd assume that all of that was happening in the middle of the day in Man of Steel, because obviously everyone at the Daily Planet was still there, so you'd assume it was the middle of a working day, and then the entire Wayne Tower building comes down.
And also, how expensive is this newspaper, Dan? $2.50 for a newspaper.
Well, it's the Daily Planet.
That is remarkably expensive.
Yeah, so
I'm not up to date on fictional newspaper prices, but that seems very expensive.
Well, it's a good paper, isn't it?
Obviously, the biggest draw of this is the word "you let your family die."
Yeah.
Addressed to Bruce.
Yeah.
Family could be the Bat family.
Yeah.
Or the Wayne family.
Could be. Now, as to whether he means Thomas and Martha, I doubt, because he's obviously he's already an established Batman, which means that his parents would have already been killed.
Yeah.
Siblings, obviously, he didn't have any of. Personally, I think this may be a reference to someone who does appear in the Bat family, so either Dick Grayson, possibly Damian Wayne.
Unlikely to be Damian.
It's unlikely to be Damian completely, but that would be he's more. That's who he would consider a family, rather than just Wayne employees.
But this is assuming these people, whoever's wrote this, knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman.
That's a good point. This could just be from a disgruntled family member, maybe, who says you're responsible for whatever it is. You know, so poor management on the building or whatever it is. It could be someone holding responsible.
I think that's more likely.
It's possible, but from the text on there, I'd say that this could very well be a letter from the Joker. Yeah,
the way it's wrote, it seems very...
It's poking fun.
Yeah.
At Bruce Wayne. But, you know, why would the Joker poke fun at Bruce Wayne? He would do so to Batman.
Yeah.
So unless he knew who Batman was...
This might be the Batcave. The P.O. Box.
It could be, yeah, maybe.
So we shall scroll forward a little smidge. See his reaction from the letter. We see him ripping out through a tyre. We see the bat suit. This is the same scene we saw from the first trailer. Obviously a lot of focus on it. And then straight after that, we see Bruce Wayne.
This is with Jeremy Irons talking to him still, saying, you know, something, I've already forgotten. You know, it doesn't take much to turn good men cruel.
Yeah.
Delivered brilliantly, by the way.
Very good choice for Alfred.
Jeremy Irons, brilliant actor.
So we'll keep going.
And here he is.
We see him for the first time here. We've heard him before. And then what's going on this screen here?
Yeah, there's on the left-hand side there, there's possibly someone behind glass. It could be a big TV monitor.
It looks more of a monitor from
the lighting.
You can see that screen is being held up by that post. I'm pointing at the screen. You guys can't see what I'm pointing at. But just at the top of the monitor is like a pole.
Yeah.
Which it could be like a TV that like comes down.
Could be. So it could be some kind of isolation chamber.
Could just be a monitor of a
Mr. Freeze
chamber
tucked away in there.
Possibly.
No, it's not.
Unlikely, but you never know.
But no, I think it's probably a monitor of some kind. It looks like a map of something.
Yeah. See a police chase.
GCPD arriving.
Now, there is a scene coming up, but we just want to go on this. This is obviously a Batarang.
Yeah.
Obviously,
yeah.
this isn't Batman.
Yeah.
The Batarang's embedded into the wall, so it's been thrown.
Yeah.
Presumably by Batman. And if we go forward a little bit more,
Yeah.
we see this young chap. He doesn't look very happy. We don't know who he is. I think it's just going to be a random,
It could just be,
a random grunt.
Yeah.
But if we pause here, he has a bat symbol, like basically burnt into him.
Yeah. So he's been branded with the bat symbol.
Yeah.
However, there is a triangle in the middle of the bat symbol, which looks very similar to the Batman, Superman, Dawn of Justice logo, which is the bat symbol with the Superman logo on top of that. Now, as to whether this is someone pointing out the fact that, you know, they're working together, it could be someone trying to set up Batman, it could be someone trying to set up Superman.
Well, if we go back to the Batarang,
Yeah.
which I can't remember where it is. There it is. I've missed it again.
There you go.
Right. It is actually a different shape,
Yeah. Different size, different
proportion.
shape. Yeah.
So it's unlikely that this is the Batarang that's been used to embellish the skin on this young man.
It could very well be, once Batman has taken down a criminal, a serious criminal, he brands them so that everyone knows that they were taken down by Batman.
I think it's more likely he's being set up.
That's an interesting
somebody
point,
else.
yeah. So people would assume, well, Batman's done this to this guy, it's the bat symbol.
Batman's bad, Superman's bad.
They're all bad. Anyone in a cape.
Everyone who's not a villain is bad.
Yeah.
So we'll go a bit further on. See some bats flying down. See Perry White,
Yeah. Talking
aka
to Clark.
Morpheus from Hannibal. He's talking to Clark Kent.
He's possibly writing on the stories of the Batman, saying that he's either a bad guy or a good guy.
Yeah.
You know, is vigilante justice a good thing?
Or Perry is making him.
Maybe.
writing
It's
stories.
like no one cares about Clark Kent taking on the Batman.
Yeah.
So I'd say that would be Clark's writing about him to say, you know, his methods may be violent, but he's getting the job done in Gotham.
Yeah.
You know?
Or
And Perry's just like,
who
well,
disagrees completely.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. And either way, Perry's saying it's not of interest. You know,
Yeah,
half the
nobody cares.
fucking city was destroyed. We don't care about one vigilante in Gotham at the moment.
Yeah. It doesn't concern us at all.
Yeah.
So he slinks off. So a nice little smouldering shot. Henry Cavill.
He's beautiful, isn't he?
I've got to say, he's a good-looking man.
He is. He's a good-looking chap.
man. Lois Lane thinks so.
Lois Lane.
Lois Lane thinks so. I can't tell. Is this a different suit? Man of Steel, because it doesn't look like it's got the little S's.
No, it was Superman Return that had the little S's.
Yes, it was.
Man of Steel
Yeah.
had just the sort of normal Kryptonian
Yeah.
undersuit armor thing, which I assume this is the same because it doesn't appear that there's many
Yeah, it doesn't look
differences.
much different.
Yeah.
This scene,
Mm.
you had quite an interesting point earlier.
Yeah, I mean, it's mainly me sort of picking fault in things, really. But, you know, obviously there's been some kind of dam burst or a river's flooded or there's been a flash flood or something like that, and, you know, people are trapped on top of the houses. Now, from the way that they're dressed, it looks like this wasn't something that was expected. You know, so if a dam's burst, everyone in the sort of surrounding area would get flooded immediately to this sort of standards. However, where the fuck did they get the paint from to paint the big S on the roof?
They've had the common sense to alert Superman, because obviously Superman would see all this flooding and not think anything of it because nobody's painted an S.
No, there's nothing there. It's fine. No one sent up a flare.
Yeah, nobody needs help.
Yeah.
There is a ladder in the middle of the roof at the back.
Yeah, just
well,
above
what
the
appears
S,
to be a ladder.
Yeah, so it looks like they've got up there. So maybe they've gone down, fished out an S, some paint to paint an S on.
It might have been a case of grab the ladder while he's there. The guy or whoever's got they managed to save the dog.
Yeah, true.
They might say grab some paint and we'll make a signal.
Yeah, all the water's coming over. They go, shit, we need to get up on the roof.
Yeah.
Who can save us? Fire brigade? No. Superman's quicker.
Yeah.
Get the S on.
Seems more likely. Again, it's something that doesn't really need to be explained.
No.
We just wanted to point our fault out more than anything. So we'll move on a bit.
Yeah. To possibly one of my favourite shots in the trailer, which is this.
This is a glorious shot.
I mean, you said it's got a very sort of divine feel about it. You know, this is the first time you really see him in any of the Superman films as a god, and I do agree, because obviously these people are desperate, they're trapped, they've got nothing else to do, and then this guy just descends from the heavens, and they're just like, you've come to save us, and I just think it's a great shot.
Yeah, really good shot. Another nice shot. It's got to be said.
Yeah, it's his
Clark and his
Martha,
mommy.
Yeah.
looking up at the stars.
Yeah, Martha basically telling him that if he wants to be perceived as a hero, then he needs to be seen as a hero. He needs to be flying around, he needs to be saving people, which I think reflects on some of the other shots that are in this.
Yeah.
In that he's saving the people from the roof, he's saving the spaceship thing. And she's saying, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. You don't owe the world a thing.
Yeah. It's not. You don't have to do this.
Yeah. This is just so This again could just be Superman just getting involved in a normal fire situation, and he's just rescuing people.
Yeah, this may have nothing to do with the events of Metropolis or what's happened between him and Batman.
This is just Superman being Superman.
Yeah,
he's just saving people in need.
As and when they need his help.
Yeah.
This scene, I hadn't really noticed it till just, but you got a lot of people with face paints, reminiscent of the mutants from Dark Knight Returns.
What the sort of the like crazy
the
cult
crew,
thing?
yeah,
that's a good point. I think this is could be some kind of festival. There's a festival.
Yeah, it seems more festival based.
In Spain or Mexico or something. So apologies for that, but it's something called like Cinco de Mayo, which is like Day of the Dead, which is like a celebration of something. So I don't know if he's just turned up there and people begging him for help, or he's just helped them. But from the look on some of their faces, it would look like save somebody, do something. You're the only person who can.
A lot of the people look some people look happy, some people look angry. This fella here, and I'll put a little arrow in so you can see, he doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
He's an extra.
Yeah, he's just like...
He's just an extra, don't worry.
I didn't even finish my sandwich. So we'll get going a bit. This appears to be a accident.
Yeah.
You said Russia.
Either Russian or Korean, I'd say, but some kind of either satellite launch, or I'd assume more probable to be an astronaut launch, simply for the fact that as the rocket explodes, Superman saves the capsule from the top, which is where the astronauts would be. Now, it's only due to the numbers on the side that I've seen it on sort of old Soviet rockets and things. That's the sort of font that they use, I guess.
Oh,
but there is a flag there at the top.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not sure which flag that is.
It looks like the French flag.
It's definitely not the French flag. I'd say it's like Norway or... No, not Norway. But either way, you can look at that flag on the internet and you can put a little arrow up there that goes bing, and it can say what it is, what country that's from.
But there's definitely people in it.
I'd say there's definitely people in it.
Because he saved it.
Yeah, if it's just a satellite, he doesn't care. He blew up that Predator drone in the first one. Doesn't care about technology. Yeah. But if there's people in there, obviously he'd go out of his way to save them.
To save it.
Yeah.
So we'll go forward a bit more. We see Martha and Clark still talking, presumably telling him how much of a good boy he is.
Yeah, and how shiny his cape is.
And he looks really nice.
Well, you are a good-looking boy.
He's a good lad.
Yeah, that's when she's like, you don't know the world anything.
Going back, we see Senator Lady with an unknown lady in black.
Yeah.
Could just be an assistant, could be someone who works for whoever lives in this house, which appears to be Lex Luthor,
yeah,
with a big shiny lock of hair.
Yeah. Now I do like the fact that they've got just an obvious wig to make it obvious that he's wearing a wig.
Yeah.
But he does have sort of female counterparts that work with him, sort of assistants and things. So it could just be someone who works there. It could be, a henchman, so to speak.
Yeah. Could just be like an assassin by night.
Exactly. Yeah.
Here we see Superman getting his hair slicked back.
Yeah, a bit of hairstyling. No, Lex has got him down on his knees,
which indicates he has maybe found a weakness.
Maybe found a weakness, or he's threatened someone on a grander scale.
Yeah. Here we see the woman in black.
Yes.
We don't know who she is.
Yes.
USA MIRID. MRI.
Military Research something division, maybe. Either way, I would suggest that in the box, as we'll see going forward, is either the body of General Zod, this here, which is possible, so the military have retrieved Zod's body. Well, Superman didn't do anything with it. We don't know, I guess, but whatever. So that box has either got Zod's body in it, or it contains kryptonite, which we also see in this as well.
A bit later on.
Yeah.
Skipping ahead, because we will get to kryptonite later on.
Yeah.
We see Ben Affleck in the Batcave.
Yep.
A very obvious door lock.
Yeah,
for his
biometrics. Yeah.
You'd think it'd be concealed a bit.
Assuming this is deep underground, you've got to assume that no one would actually get down there in the first place. But maybe so Alfred can't pop it on.
That's true. Although he has done in the past.
That's true.
He's had to go out as Batman before.
Yeah. Now this is my absolute favourite shot from the trailer.
Just juicy.
Very.
Obviously, we see a suit in the Batcave with the words "Haha, joke's on you, Batman."
Yeah.
Close inspection of the suit. It's very burnt. It's got what seems to be a bullet hole.
Yeah, and there's burn marks on the right shoulder.
Scorched, gauntlets are knackered.
Yeah.
But he has got a bow staff.
Yeah.
And looking further up, you can see a hood.
Yeah.
Sleeveless. Short sleeves, sorry.
Short sleeves. And most interestingly of all, on the top left pectoral, there's a big R.
There's a big R.
For
Rambo.
This is John Rambo in Batman.
No, this is obviously Robin.
Yes.
We're speculating because of the style of the suit, what's written on the chest, the burn marks, the damage to the suit. We're assuming that it's Jason Todd.
Yeah.
I think that this is because if we go back a little bit, it is all in a suit. Oh, actually, it hasn't got the hood. I tell a lie.
No, he's got the mask.
It's the masks out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all in a case. I think Batman's put it there.
I think it's a memorial.
Yeah, to remind him of what happened.
Yeah, because he does keep all of the suits of all the sort of the Bat kids, if you want to call them that. So he's got Batgirls, he's got all the Robins and Nightwings. So because that it's the mask and because of the burns and because of the Joker reference on it, I would suggest that this is Jason Todd's Robin outfit.
Yeah.
From when Jason Todd was killed by the Joker. So whether this is just an Easter egg for the fans, and this is something that's never going to be referred to again, but with the "you let your family die" jibe earlier in the newspaper, it could be that the Joker's somehow just repeatedly kicking Batman in the balls about the fact that he killed Jason Todd.
But again, Bruce Wayne got the letter, so it would indicate that.
But did he?
Knows.
Well, no, but it says Wayne Tower destroyed. So unless it's just coincidence that one of the Robins happened to be in there.
It's true.
Which is why I thought, that we could speculate about this specific thing all day, and I'm sure it'll amount to nothing in the final product. But if Robin was sent after Joker, and then the shit in Metropolis happened and everything got blown up, then if he was killed in Wayne Towers or whatever, and then he sent that to Batman and said, in Wayne Tower, haha, you let your family die.
Yeah.
That could be... again, this probably amounts to nothing.
I think it's just going to be an Easter egg.
You could be right, but the fact that they've even referred to Robin is really interesting, because if this is Jason Todd, then that would have to assume then Dick Grayson has already been Robin and he's already grown up, possibly Nightwing, or possibly left to do other things. Barbara Gordon will have also been involved, and she would have been Batgirl.
But she'll be really old now. Well, not really old, but
she would have been older. So possibly in some kind of Oracle role. But she's
there
not
are some
been
suits down the bottom, actually.
They look like helmets or hoods or something. Yeah. But I'd like to sort of see more footage from inside this Batcave to see what other sort of treasure troves.
I don't think that this suit and that letter are connected.
It's interesting,
but I think that is what you said earlier about.
It's like
an
someone's
family member of somebody that worked at Wayne.
Yeah, I think that's more probable. But I want it to be.
I want
it to be the Joker. Just after all this is going on, the Joker's just like, remember when I killed your friend?
Moving on from that, though,
bit of a closer look, and then we see Diana.
Diana for the first time as Diana, not as Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Now I think this is possibly some kind of diplomatic meet and greet. So she's been introduced either by the government, or she's introducing herself to sort of high players or government members. Whether she's coming from Themyscira is up for debate, I suppose.
I imagine she's been on Earth, shall we say, for a while.
Okay.
Here we see our first look at what we think are like extremists.
Yeah, kind of like a cult following of Superman. So in the kind of, sort of America's all about sort of religious extremists and how they're the bad guys and blah blah blah. If these guys have taken arms behind Superman but in a lethal way, maybe he's here to support it. Maybe he's here now to say, stop it. Yeah. Whatever you're doing, this isn't my will. I don't want you to do this. These are his followers.
Superman's not gonna be okay with this.
No, a Superman army. I doubt he's raising his own. He's got no need to.
No. He has no intention. He has no reason to do it. He doesn't look very happy.
Yeah, but I mean, if these are sort of troopers set up by Lex Luthor, maybe, and they've got the Superman logo on, they're doing bad things. People assume Superman's bad as a cause.
Yeah. See the power armor from the first trailer. As he's ripping off a duvet off the bat signal, turns it off into the sky.
And then obviously this is in the first trailer is where Superman turns up.
Flies into the middle of it.
Yep.
Nice little close-up shot.
I do like the power armor. It doesn't look stupid.
It looks amazing.
But that's what I was worried about.
Yeah. To be fair, it doesn't stray too far from... It's got a lot more detail in it than the comic book version. It's very bland, the comic book version is.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stray too far in terms of aesthetics.
Yeah, but I mean, the comic book version is massive, though. It's got like hydraulics, powering the arms and things. So this is a more sort of compact, Iron Man kind of version of it, I guess.
For some reason, I hope that the mouthpiece closes.
What, sort of shuts down?
Yeah, so like it's like this, and then when he's about to fight, it just goes...
Well, maybe, but...
Because if he punches him in the mouth...
Well, if he does anything, if he lasers him in the mouth...
Exactly, yeah.
But, he's Batman, so he'd never get any... He wouldn't have the chance to. It's Batman.
Well, yeah, he gets out of everything else.
Absolutely.
Just like being Batman.
That's his get out card.
We're not going to stay on that scene, because it's just a guy in the water.
Yeah.
Here we see Thomas Wayne.
Yes.
And Martha's
just
half
poking around the corner. But this is obviously going to refer to some kind of flashback scene to... again, for some reason, the death of Bruce's parents. Hopefully this is as long as it lasts.
Yeah, literally this scene.
Yeah, it is just them getting shot, them getting buried.
And then it moves on. And I hope it's like that.
Yeah.
Now here, we see what we think is the Batwing.
Yeah.
We've speculated a lot over this scene. There's a lot of green, which indicates there's a lot of trees and plant life. There seems to be no buildings whatsoever.
And what there is seems to be on fire.
Everything else is on fire, yeah. In the distance, we can see, it looks more like Gotham than Metropolis.
Yeah, mainly for the fact that Gotham is generally shown at night rather than in the day, and Metropolis is in the day, because obviously Superman and Batman work. Superman's always the knight in shining armour, whereas Batman's the guy that you don't want to meet in a dark alleyway.
Yeah.
But I would speculate, and I'm only basing this on the fact that in the Superman Returns game, Metropolis was a enormous island that had separate islands that were for different doing separate things. So like some people were living on, and one was an industrial island.
Right.
So if this is Metropolis at night, this could potentially be one of the industrial islands that surrounds it, assuming that that's based on anything that map.
Yeah.
And there is all manners of shit going down on this island. Possibly some kind of LexCorp lab or something like that.
Maybe,
Black Box lab.
But then where's Superman?
Well,
Why would
he's
it
in
be
the middle
Batman?
of it.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
He's in the middle of it fighting Wonder Woman, and then Batman sent the Batplane.
Turns in with the air support.
Possibly, yeah.
I
think that's from the launch. I think that's from the spaceship launch.
Yeah. Sorry, I've gone a bit too far there. If we jump back a little bit, we see Wonder Woman for the first time in her armour.
Yep. She's got the shield on her back. She's got the braces.
She's got the shield. She's got the braces, headband, sword.
Yep, she's got the sword.
And then if we go, I've missed it, but on that scene,
you can
see her lasso.
Just about see the lasso.
She's seems to be protecting herself or deflecting some kind of blast.
Yeah. Now it's possible that it's Superman's heat vision, but due to the sort of electric nature of the sort of energy bubble that's going around, I don't think so.
It could be
because it's just heat. That's all it is. So it'd be deflected in either one direction.
I don't think it's heat.
Or just be dispersed.
That blast radius is fucking huge.
Yes, I mean this could just be a bomb. This could be what blows everything up on the island.
Possibly,
because all these buildings are all intact. So this explodes, this bomb, whatever it is, blows everything up, and then Superman and Wonder Woman and Batman all turn up on this one area to duke it out for whatever reason.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Jumping forward, we see. We'll keep going. Now here we see the Superman extremists. That's what we're calling them
for the moment. Yeah.
Seemingly tackling and arresting a Batman.
Yeah,
vigilante.
It would appear to be a Batman. But the thing is, now what is interesting about this is the fact that if this is Batman, this is a very early Batman.
Yeah.
In the sense of his trousers are just normal trousers. The bat chest just seems to be some either
bulletproof,
body armor or something like that.
It's definitely not Batman.
He's got goggles on and he's got a big trench coat on. Now there is a Russian Batman from a sort of a what if thing, I think it was, or alternate universe, whatever it is. And he also had a trench coat, I believe, but I'm not sure about that. But I think that this is either an early Batman getting started out, which wouldn't explain the Superman soldiers.
Yeah, there wouldn't be any Superman soldiers.
Exactly, because this is literally going to take after Man of Steel, which means that they wouldn't have time to form some sort of cult or whatever.
No.
So, as to who this guy is, and as to what his purpose is, and where he is obviously up for debate at the moment.
See, this is the sequel to Man of Steel, so everything's happened here is after the events of Man of Steel.
We can assuming this isn't a flashback of some kind.
But Batman, even though this is the first Ben Affleck Batman, he's still been in operation for years.
Absolutely.
So he would have a big following of people that don't like him, people that do like him, people who admire him, respect him, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I think it's more likely that there is these Superman extremists and then like a Batman cult.
Well, this would have to be them. So the Dawn of Justice wouldn't be directly after Man of Steel. There would have to be a passage of time in order, because Superman didn't exist until Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Batman existed, Superman didn't. So there would have to be a passage of time in order for these, if they are some kind of extremists, in order for them to know who he is and then take arms.
I think it's more likely that it's the people that have been employed by somebody like Lex Luthor to tarnish Superman's name. Seems more likely.
Yeah.
This shot is just, excuse the bad pauses, but oh my god, this shot is so good.
Yeah, this is just a fury and rage of Batman just beating the shit out of these guys. I mean, look at that arm.
He's just pummeling them.
Yeah, like that. He just flicks that guy away with an arm, and then he just beats the gun out of this next person here. But actually, go back. Just go back to where you were just. I thought I just saw someone fighting in the background. So, there.
Don't think so. There might be.
We'll go back on that, review that, and if that is the case, you can put a little arrow up or something to where I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Batmobile driving through.
So we see the Batmobile. LexCorp.
Yeah, got LexCorp on fire. Possibly Lex going to it. Now,
this is the money maker.
Yes.
That's obviously kryptonite.
It has to be kryptonite.
It is Green Lantern's bollock.
His tumour, maybe. Yeah.
They compacted Hal Jordan into a baked potato.
Yeah.
No, this is obviously kryptonite. Lex Luthor's got kryptonite. He's also got Zod's body. So I think what we came up with earlier was that upon falling out of the Phantom Zone, these minerals have fallen. Lex recovered them, and with Zod's body, they kind of done a test, and maybe it's reacted to it, even though he's dead.
Yeah.
And he knows this is a weakness.
Yeah.
He's got to know this is something to do with Superman. He's got to know, otherwise he wouldn't have it here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's not really a lot we can say. We speculated before. There's no kryptonite. Kryptonite was there.
Yeah.
In Superman, in Man of Steel. So now it actually exists.
Well, what I think pretty much what you just said is not when Superman came through, but after Krypton exploded, it blew Zod and their prison ship out of the Phantom Zone. So when they were using their Phantom Drive around the place, it is possible that one of the, maybe if they went back to Krypton and then to somewhere else, then back and then back and then back, And then when Clark activated the scout ship, it was when they used the Phantom Drive, they pulled sort of rocks and meteorites and kryptonite through with them, and it's just taken an amount of time in order to get into Earth's atmosphere. Or this is something possibly that LexCorp has actually created
from Zod.
So they've used Zod's bodies to analyse it for weaknesses,
and
then they've made an element that would be poison to them, basically.
Which is more likely.
More
less
likely,
explanation.
Yes.
Really.
It's just like, here's some scientists. LexCorp is just full of evil geniuses, and they've just made kryptonite or a form of it, and then they'll use that against Superman.
Which I'm going to go with, put my money on that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Really good scene. We see Superman sunbathing, Batman jumping down in the power armor, literally smashing him through,
and we get a nice look at the chest piece there as well. So this looks kind of like the Iron Man suit from the first Iron Man. You know, the one that Obadiah Stane's in, sort of the big, massive one, kind of like that. So when he goes through, he kind of just looks like that big sort of overpowered, like the massive gloves, the huge legs.
Yeah,
it looks awesome.
But it's still very reminiscent of the Batman Returns power armor from the comic,
from the Dark Knight. Right,
they've done a very good. I don't know how they've done it, because they've captured it, but you can tell exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But it looks so modern.
It just suits the atmosphere of the film. I think
really
it just
good.
suits the style of the film.
Moving on, we get to see Wonder Woman again,
taking a bit of a beating here, and you can see the lasso there.
The sword, the gauntlets, the shield. I'm pleasantly surprised with how good she looks.
She does look pretty damn good
after the original reveal.
I mean, she's clearly got the blue pants on.
Yeah, it looks really good. Moving on, you see Superman flying through, preparing his heat blasts, and then one of my favourite scenes, as we pointed out in the podcast.
That's a pretty good pause there, actually.
Adam Kovic from Funhouse tweeted a picture of this particular still and the Dark Knight Returns cover.
Yeah,
and it's basically perfect.
Yeah, put these side by side.
Yeah, I'll put it up.
Yeah, so you can see what we mean. But whether this is intentional or not, I'd like to think that they've done this on purpose.
Yeah.
For people to spot and go, oh my god, that looks just like him. This could just be completely unintentional, but they just managed to get a great shot out. But it's this scene. So if you play from here,
we're gonna basically jizz our pants now, because this is my favourite scene.
Yeah. So this is Superman flying directly. He's firing his heat vision.
Batman's sat waiting, and then all of a sudden grapples out the way,
and then kablam,
and it's just fucking awesome.
Now, I this is something I mentioned to you the other day, but I think this could be the first time we actually see Batman incorporate gadgets into his fist-to-fist combat. In the Nolan films, he obviously has a lot of gadgets, but they're mainly for setting things up.
Yeah, it's
recon.
Like he uses them. It's like we need to read these computers, okay, and then you'll get some kind of device, and then you will never see it again.
Yeah,
and that's it. He doesn't use it in combat. He only uses the grapple to get away or to stop somebody from falling.
Yeah,
he never uses it in battle.
Yeah,
and as we saw there,
I think this could be one where he's incorporating his gadgets in that kind of Arkham game kind of way, where you can just be beating the shit out of someone and then lob a batarang at someone else and grapple somebody else.
Yeah,
and I think this could be an actual comic Batman.
I think this could be a proper Batman.
This could actually be the Batman that we need.
Not the one we just
exactly.
But I'm really excited.
Yeah.
See Lex again, looking very young still. This scene coming up now.
The red capes are coming. The red capes are coming. I do like that. Apparently, it's a line from I can't remember what it was from, but it's something from an American saying the redcoats are coming. From when the Civil War was. So it's just a play on that. Assuming that's true, I don't know the text they're referring to, but if that is, that's just, again, it just shows how clever he is. Final scene.
Here we see Superman. We've got some fire. You can just about see the Batmobile in front of him. Seems to have crashed. Here, he's ripped what I'm assuming is the doors, or it's the top roof.
He's got kind of like gull doors, I think. Yeah. So he's just ripped those off, and he doesn't look happy.
He doesn't look happy at all.
No. So whether he's actually caused the Batmobile to crash, or there's been a chase and he's been shooting at him or whatever, and then eventually the Batmobile's been damaged and crashed. and then he's just ripping this off.
Before we let that go on any further, you noticed earlier this is obviously in Gotham.
Yep, still night, and then obviously on the petrol or the bins or whatever they are, it says Gotham City Gas on it.
So
we are still in Gotham.
We are still in Gotham. We've got Walter White's caravan from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, it's just underneath his table, just going, shit, what's going on out there?
But this scene is just fucking immense.
Yeah, this is what you could use as your DVD cover.
Yeah.
This is just Batman and Superman staring each other down. Now, because of the fact that the Batmobile's all crashed up, he's ripped the doors off, and he doesn't look happy to see him. I'd say this is either the first time meeting face to face before he gets the power armor, or this is after they've beat the shit out of each other for a bit, and it's just like, we need to work together, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But he didn't offer his hand down to him. He didn't try and help him out. He just literally ripped the doors off, and Batman stood up to face him.
But that scene in particular is just, Jesus, that's an iconic scene that I never thought I would see in a film, in a live action big blockbuster film. I never thought I'd see these two people face to face.
Yeah.
Batmobile looks amazing, but I'm gonna guess that this is after, because of how damaged the Batmobile is.
Yeah, it would be a shame to have a new Batmobile, new style of Batmobile. It's like a James Bond car. You don't want to blow it up straight away.
On the leaked Suicide Squad footage when he's chasing the Joker, he is in a Batmobile, which is after this.
Yeah.
So unless he's got a couple of Batmobiles,
well, he's built them from scratch.
That's true.
Or,
yeah,
someone has. So,
but the Joker is in this apparently.
Really?
A cameo of some sort.
Yeah.
Apparently. So.
Well, I think it's something to do with the Jason Todd suit then, if that's the case.
Yeah. But I think that's about it, really.
Yeah, and then we just got the
nice little logo.
Man of Steel logo coming in 2016.
Not too far away, really.
No, but not bloody soon enough for my liking.
I really want it now.
Yeah.
I think we should go see it now.
Yeah, but this is, as we said before, this is a trailer.
Yeah.
You cannot assume that the film is going to be as good as the trailer is, because that is a mistake that you'd make every time.
We've seen a lot of trailers. I'm still not happy with Man of Steel, and every single trailer I was more excited for Man of Steel, and I was disappointed. It was a good film. I've seen
Man of Steel a bunch of times, and I do like Man of Steel. And it's a good film. It's a good special effects. It's a good visual film.
Yeah.
But it's not a good Superman film.
No, there's much better Superman.
Whereas this is clearly going to be a Batman film. And I think this has got the potential to be a good Batman film.
The trailer alone, again, it's going off the trailer, but there was a lot of Superman parts. But when we were discussing this video, we said Superman parts pretty self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm. He's helping people.
Yeah,
he seems to be the hero.
People.
Yeah.
Every bit of speculation we've had has been Batman related.
Pretty much, yeah.
With the exception of the Kryptonite.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, this is a Man of Steel sequel. The first word is Batman.
Yeah.
And all everyone is going to see is if Ben Affleck's going to bomb or whether he's going to just fucking own the role.
Yeah.
And judging from this, I think he's
got the look down as to whether he can deliver. But I mean, that line that he does, he goes, "Can you bleed?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "You will."
Yeah.
Like that's the sort of lines that you want him to speak, and he sounds like he can deliver it well.
Yeah.
And it's not as if he's a bad actor,
He's a very good actor.
People have given him a bad rep, mainly for things like Daredevil, I assume.
But again, it's like we when he was first cast, when it was first revealed, it was like I think maybe the third podcast we did.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Batfleck, and we said then and there that Daredevil was a fucking dire film. It was awful, but Ben Affleck wasn't necessarily bad. He did as he was told. He read his lines.
Yeah, he's not an actor, writer, producer, director.
No.
If that's the case, then you can say, well, it's kind of your fault, really.
Yeah, you fucked it all up. But if he's signed the
contract.
The contract. That's the word.
Yeah.
He's got to do it, and he's done his lines. He's delivered them.
Actors have to put a lot of faith in the directors that they've
exactly.
got. They may not agree with the direction that they're taking, but it may be for the better. But you've got to trust that whatever the director's saying is right for the whole movie.
Right. Well, George Clooney didn't agree with anything in Batman.
Yeah.
But he wanted to play Batman, so he did it.
Yeah.
I don't think no matter who was directing it, George Clooney would have made a good Batman. I think he'd have made a good Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. I think that Ben Affleck, as we've seen him, I think he looks more Bruce Wayne than anyone.
definitely.
He's got the chin. He's got the big face. Not in a fat way.
Yeah, he's
but
not.
He's just.
He looks like the old animated Batman cartoon.
Yeah, he's just a sort of square jaw.
Yeah.
And then like it's highlighted in when he's in the power armor, and the power armor's just got like one big square chin hole thing, and his face just fits into it perfectly. Yeah. It doesn't look like he's been sort of squished into it like Daredevil.
No.
But anyway, yes, Batman vs Superman. This is the first trailer, I think, except with the exception of maybe the Force Awakens trailer, that I have got so excited to see the actual finished product.
Really looking forward to this.
More so than Deadpool, more so than Suicide Squad, more so than the X-Men Apocalypse, more so than Infinity Wars, Guardians 2.
I'll be honest, everything.
Yeah, this is the one to look out for, because if this flops and it's just a bad film, they've lost.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the one to claw back to what Marvel have built up over the last sort of 10 years or so.
This, to be fair, there's going to be another one, because this is going to make so much money, because people
regardless, there will be more Batman films.
Yeah, because this is going to make so much money just because people are going to go to see it, to see if it's shit or to see if it's amazing.
I think I did read that Ben Affleck was in talks to direct a solo Batman film.
Yeah, he's already doing it. Plus he's in Suicide Squad. So we've already got 2 lots of Batman before the Batman film. So it's, again, Suicide Squad is one of those that, regardless of whether it's bad, it's going to make its money.
Yeah.
Which means there'll probably be another one.
Yeah.
So I've got faith up to yet. Everything I've seen so far.
Yeah, which is quite weird, considering pretty much every time they were brought up in a podcast, it was just like, and now Wonder Woman's been announced, and now Jesse Eisenberg's going to be Lex Luthor, and now there's going to be Cyborg, and we were continuously just like, what the fuck are you people doing to this film? You're going to ruin it. Yeah. And then we see this trailer, and you're just like, you might actually be able to pull this off. You've got so many things. It's like Spider-Man 3 all over again. You've got too many things going on the screen without setup.
Yeah.
You're going to ruin it. But if they make it just a good 2 hour, 15 minute, 2.5 hour film, and they can just do it as well as they've made it look in this, I think they could claw it back, and they could put themselves back in the fans' eyes to where Marvel is.
Yeah, definitely. They're not going to catch up with Marvel anytime soon. But if this works, this is the best way to go about it.
Yeah, definitely. And then people will be excited for a Flash. They'll be excited for Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Batman, and then a Justice League film.
Yeah.
Get the Manhunter in. Do the whole thing. Aquaman. Oh, well, Aquaman's supposed to be in this as well.
Apparently so,
yeah. Mention the fact that there was a distinct lack of Cyborg and Aquaman.
To be fair, from that, I think it's going to be... Because apparently Flash was in it as well, supposedly. Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Cyborg, Aquaman, small cameos.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
What, like a sort of end credits thing? Or
maybe...
You're going to see sort of like Victor Stone, or you can see Arthur Curry.
Possibly, yeah. With that, there's that one scene that we skipped where they got the guy scuba diving, or snorkeling. That's the only indication we've had of any water.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people have made the assumption in Man of Steel that when Clark is apparently saved by whales, that it was under direction from Aquaman.
Aquaman sent him.
But from the Aquaman pictures that we've seen, it wouldn't appear that this Arthur Curry would just be able to just sort of wander about. Yeah, he looks sort of unnoticed. You know, if you put on a suit and he's all right, he seems like he belongs in the sea.
Yeah, you'd notice it.
Covered in barnacles.
Yeah, he's pretty.
He looks fucking terrifying. He looks absolutely shit pants.
But he looks more like somebody who lives in the water, who has all this. Because prior to what people believe, he's very powerful.
Incredibly so.
On par with Superman, he has got like Superman-like strength and
almost invulnerable.
He's nearly invulnerable. He can make you have a seizure.
Yeah,
by accessing a part of your brain.
Fish telepathy.
He can do a lot of things.
And he's got a Poseidon's trident, which of course gives him command of the weather in the ocean.
So that kind of power, you would expect him to either be Boy Scout looking like Superman, or fucking scary as fuck.
Yeah, well, I think I'm glad that they've gone the way that they have.
I don't think he looks badass.
Yeah, with the whole tone of the film as it's shown now, I don't think the sort of the orange and the green.
Yeah, if you turned up with bright gold.
Hi guys. Anything I can do? I tell you what, just fucking batarang to the face. I'll just go and just do some fishing.
Anyway, that was our trailer breakdown / shit just in.
Yeah.
of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
If there's anything that you think we've missed, any other speculation that you may have, obviously, don't forget that this is just our opinion of it. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's not respective of anything. It's just we've seen it. This is the thing
We don't know. Nobody really knows anything. This is what we perceived.
Well, that's the thing. We kind of prefer it to do it this way rather than read every interview and look into, every backstage screenshot and tweet and everything. Because I prefer to see a trailer like this and make my own conclusions and speculations. Because if I'm totally wrong, then the film is a surprise.
Yeah.
But if I'm right, then I know that that's just come off the top of my head.
Yeah, that you've worked out.
Yeah.
You're Batman.
Basically, yeah.
On that note, though, say goodbye, Dan.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Criminals.
Yeah, that's the one. Come
here.
Pick me up. I'll just have to make do with this shit pistol. Oh, nice move. Let's go, motherfucker.
I lost them now, though.
Oh, God. Press the wrong button.